Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Strategy Game Podcast. I'm your host, Lauren Shippey, and today we're going to be talking about 5 gifts that help activate your sense of purpose. So if you're feeling a little low on the intentional side of things lately, listen in. So I'm excited about this episode because I have an ecourse specifically on purpose and really what it means to activate a life of purpose and intention. And if you're in a place where you are unsure of your path forward, things are shifting for you, that might be a great starting point. It's called the Strategy Masterclass, and I'm going to link to it. Walks you through a framework where you can really get in touch with what your gifts and your strengths are, what your personality is, and here's the key, your past hurdles and triumphs, and how that has shaped who you are today and how that has shaped the gifts that you currently have in your life. Because I've experienced that personally. A lot of previous actual hardships have now translated into the work that I do now and why I love it so much. So if you're in a place where you're wanting to discover that, we will link to that for you. But this is actually a post written by guest blogger Erin Marshall, a personal friend and creator entrepreneur of Extra Mile Billing, an incredible contributor to the Storywork platform. And I'm going to link to this post in the show notes if you'd like to read the whole thing. But it really talks about if you're ever just catching yourself, like, why am I doing what I'm doing every day? And you don't feel like your particular job is that important, or you go through periods of doubt, I think that this is really key for you. So if you're believing that just really you want to be more intentional and you want to really operate in the way you were designed and you want to use your strengths, I think this can be really key. And he outlines 5 distinct ways that we're designed to operate. It's really intuitive and it's pretty awesome, and it helps us get connected with sense of purpose. So, sometimes the money just doesn't do it for us, right? I mean, we are humans and we are wired on operating in a sense of fulfillment and purpose. And so we're going to walk through seasons where we're not able to do that and utilize all of our gifts. But we are going to walk through seasons where it feels like we're able to utilize some of our gifts in other ways. So he identifies these 5 areas, and I think they're really awesome. So we're going to dive in. So the first is the igniter. So it says you're excellent at seeing opportunities and defining a vision for the future. You see potential in others. You can inspire them to join you on your missions. Putting together a team in order to tackle a problem gets you excited about the day. Details get in the way and are best solved as they arise rather than spending too much time on them up front. You can start 6 things simultaneously and keep a pulse on all of them after getting bogged down in the details of management. You want to build teams and empower others to lead them using the foundation you've laid. This resonates with me so much. So if we've got any igniters out there, I feel you. Okay, number 2, the warrior. You can't stand by while people are misled or misrepresented. You stand for justice and you feel the urge to ensure no one is taken advantage of on your watch. You won't allow an organization to make a decision without examining the second and third order effects. You speak your mind. That's not always popular, but you don't care. You're a good contester. So you genuinely don't want things to go wrong and you stand up for the right thing, sometimes at your own expense. We need you, warriors. So if you're a warrior, I want to encourage you today. This is needed in the world, and all of these things are needed in the world, and they all have their specific place. And it's awesome when we can call out those things in people and encourage them in them. Number 3 is the storyteller. So you're able to get other people excited about what you're excited about. You see people where they are. You have an uncanny ability to recognize when your words can help someone along their journey. You have a message to communicate. However, you might never deliver your message the same way twice. Rather, you instinctively know how to adapt it to fit the audience. This is speakers, writers, right? Creators, ecourse creators. You see the value in the experiences of others and you add their stories to your own repertoire. You love it when you have chemistry with others and people love having you around. This is awesome. I can think of people in each of these categories as I'm going through this, and I can think of how much their talents and their capabilities are so valuable. And whether it's in a traditional job for you, or how you're spending your time with your family, or outside of your life with friends, or a greater mission if you're volunteering for something, all of these things are so important when it comes to purpose. So don't be discouraged if you feel like you're not immediately able to use your skills right now in your current position. There are ways that you can use these throughout other areas of your life. So they're all really important to take into account and say, hey, how can I practice this? Number 4 is the instructor. So you take pleasure in seeing someone's light bulb come on after you explain a concept. You're excited by the thought of a smooth operation or a finely tuned team working in perfect harmony. You can simplify complex systems, break them down into realistic objectives. You're excited by the opportunity to help people understand a topic that you have the ability to clearly communicate what's most important. So this is the teacher, right? The teacher in us. So if you can think of someone who you know is really good at explaining things to others, or maybe that's yourself, you have a tremendous gift, and that is so needed in the world, because we need instructors to guide us along the way and tell us the particulars of how to do certain things so we can get from point A to point B. Number 5, the caretaker. You want people to know you have their back. Every person has a unique life situation. You want them to know that you see them. You're doing everything you can to help. You have a pulse on the entire team. You probably know how they're feeling on a day-to-day basis. So this is someone who really has a high EQ, an emotional quotient. They can really tell. They can read people's emotions. They feel them sometimes to a detriment, to a fault, right? But also sometimes it's a wonderful thing because you can check in on people when no one else is noticing what's going on with them in the room. You love seeing people stress-free and living their best life. And if they're not, you want to do something to help change that. Think about the last time you felt fulfilled or that your contribution mattered at work. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm willing to bet it was because you operated by design. The coolest thing about this list is that it doesn't limit your ability to operate in any one of these 5 areas. In fact, I believe that the more confident you are in your primary design, the more likely you are to operate in any of these areas as the situation allows. So this isn't about personality types or motivations. It's rather about gifts that are able to be activated for our sense of satisfaction or purpose or fulfillment within the spaces that we operate in. So these designs demonstrate our need for each other, the inherent value of each individual. So when you do something that you're designed to do, it causes you to stand a little straighter, walk a little bit more confidently, and smile more, right? So I just love this so much. And I'm going to link to the blog post in the show notes for you to see this in the text. It also has Erin's contact information as well. Just really a great resource, and so thankful for the contribution here. And I think that everyone can take something away from this. If you related to the igniter, the warrior, the storyteller, the instructor, the caretaker, my question for you as we wrap up is, how can you use that gift today to make an impact on your own life or someone else's life? So as always, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to link to the e-course in the show notes and Erin's contact. Thanks so much.